Morning, everyone. It's Monday, and I hate Mondays because I have to go back to work. Blah. I am going to let you know that I have something here that I'm going to read, and I'm going to go through it with you in just a little bit. But I'm going to tell you, yes, Saturday I did go and get instant coffee and cat litter and a couple more little incidentals. Yesterday I did go to Kroger. I did a very quick meaningful shop. I got 2 chuck roasts. They were buy one get one free, so I gave like a total of like $6 a piece for them. Great buy. I did get some sliced cheese. I got 4 packs of sliced cheese, 5 of the Laughing Cow little soft cheeses. I did get some spinach, kale, spring mix. I got some cilantro and green onions. I got 3 avocados of different variances of ripeness. I did get my 2 loaves of bread, which is the limit. I got 1 discount croissant package. I got 1 discount Italian bread loaf. I got 1 discount half loaf of some really fancy bread. Fancy bread. I did get 1 gallon of the orange juice. I'm going to be dividing that with Tang, so that way it's going to go a little bit further and it'll have a little more in it than normal orange juice. Like sugar, probably. I was concerned when I went up to the cash register. I wasn't sure if they were going to count all of the bread I had as my limit of 2, but apparently they are only limiting just the loaves, the sliced loaves. So if you go into the store and if you're trying to find bread, you get your 2 loaves, but you know that's not going to do your family. Go over and you can get like artisan bread, garlic bread, any of the loaves. You can get some croissants. You can get, you can also get buns, I think. I think you can also get like buns to go along with that bread. So when you get your 2 loaves of bread, just look around and try to find alternate bread ideas. Something else I would recommend is going to the freezer section, getting some of that frozen bread that you can bake in your oven. Obviously, flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt. Make your own bread. That's what I'm going to be playing with eventually here. I did get some snacks. I got a bunch of snacks. I did get 5 free toothpastes. Yay! I got another big thing of yogurt. I got the plain yogurt, so that way I can use my pineapple preserves that are in the refrigerator. I did get some Blue Buffalo dog biscuits. They were on discount, and I had a coupon, so I got them for Miss Cleo to have crunchy snacks. So I do have plans for. Oh, and I candled my eggs. 2 of them were not viable. So I did crack them to see what was in them. They were just eggs. So 2 of the Australorps from the other person were not fertilized eggs. They were not growing. They were not doing anything. There were 4 eggs that I put X's on because I wasn't sure. And then the rest of them all had the veining, and pretty excited. There were some that were so dark I couldn't see anything. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. Okay, so I want to read you a company letter from my company. And the reason is because I want you to understand that I do work in auto part manufacturing, and Honda is one of our biggest customers. I'm not going to tell you the name of my company. I don't think it's important, and I also don't want anyone to get me in trouble who watches from work. Hi. This may be eye-opening to you if you work where I work and you read this, if I read this and kind of explain as we go through. Okay, so our company, I guess back in 08 and 09 when the recession hit and everything, it was almost tanked through that time. They survived, of course. But this letter shows me that we don't really care about the employees because we can always get new, fresh employees when things change. It just shows me that. Now, I will tell you that in our company, the upfront people are working from home, okay, um, in their pajamas, sipping their tea, you know, hair in a big ponytail, no makeup. They're on their computer working from home. Wish that was me, but I can't do my job from home. Okay, I want to read this one last. This is the updated one. I'm going to read two little messages that our CEO sent us, and I'm gonna do this because I think you need to know what the working people are going through right now. I'm sick, and it's my company's fault, and I'll tell you that later. Okay, this one was Wednesday, March 18th, 2020 at 12:24 p.m. Blah, employees. As I imagine you heard by now, this morning Honda has decided to close all of their North America plants for 6 days, starting Monday next week, which is today. Okay? So they're shutting down today. Today is the 23rd, and they're shut down. And we met this morning to develop our reaction plan. Now, when I say reaction plan, he's not reacting to the virus. He's not reacting to the sickness that has already been in our plant that no one is addressing. Okay? This is his reaction plan to Honda shutting down. Starting second shift today, which was Wednesday, we will reduce our temporary workforce as much as possible. We will have full schedules this week and need to make sure we have the manpower to do it. So Wednesday, they let one of our temporary workers go out of our department. They called him to the time clock, had him clock out and leave. Broke my heart. But he's safer than the rest of us. Second point, we will have no hourly workforce in the plant this weekend. That means no one's going to work on Saturday. And then starting Monday, 3/23/20, which is today, we will reduce our temporary staff to 0. Okay, the temps don't have to come in. Good for them. We will ask for volunteers to take next week off unpaid. I couldn't do it because I need to unload trucks. This will only be granted to personnel if the managers decides that the managers, yeah, he's not a very educated person apparently, or he was in a hurry, decides they can allow it, which means the managers of the departments get to decide who is viable in producing or doing their job, let's see. With the workforce that's left, we plan to work full schedules Monday and Tuesday. That's today and tomorrow. As of now, we plan to shut down all production-related activities Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. Okay, that's this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. At this time, I don't know if this is the extent of the production cuts, or, and he said "are" instead of "or," if we will be dealing with more. As we get that information, we will make a plan and communicate it to everyone. Answers to some questions you may have. Oh, I have a lot of questions, but you're not going to give me any information. Any downtime we have next week will be unpaid. Okay? We're not going to get paid. Everyone will still get a check next Friday since we are always 1 week behind. Well, that's a plus. We all get that paycheck that we earned last week, this week, but we're not going to get a paycheck in 2 weeks. But it's okay, Mr. CEO. If anyone wants to use vacation time for any time off next week, that will be allowed. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to use my vacation time that I earned. Hopefully, we will know soon the details of the stimulus packages the government is working on, and we can inform more people of the effects on pay. The stimulus package he's talking about has absolutely nothing to do with the employees. It has all to do with the company being stimulated from losing sales, from not being able to produce and sell their parts. I swear, if people read this and thought, oh, he's so great to help us out, they're wrong. It is the goal of blah to keep our team intact. We think we have a really good one. What the hell ever, really? And minimize the financial and social effects of this on our workforce as much as we can. What? And then he signs off. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. Hoorah! Really? Now, that was at 12:24 p.m. This one comes out at 2:40, which is 2 hours later. And this is the update that he emailed us. In the 2 hours since I sent my previous message, the landscape has changed as we expected it would. Oh, duh. General Motors and Ford announced they will close all North American operations starting tomorrow for the next 2 weeks. So that means General Motors and Ford are like, hey, we're closing down for 2 weeks, period. We expect all other car makers to follow suit over the next few hours. Well, yeah. Do you know why? Because they're going to be getting a stimulus package from the government, right? We don't supply parts directly to these other car makers, so we may feel the effect a little later than we are with Honda, but we will feel it at some point. He's not talking about employees. He is not going to give the employees the break that they need to stay with their family, stay quarantined, and do what needs to be done through this time. He is not worried about us. They did not put out hand sanitizer. They did have the normal hand sanitizers, which were running low. Obviously, they were having a hard time getting it. Really? Okay. Antibacterial soap was not put out. And his thing on that was, well, no matter what you wash your hands with, it doesn't matter, just wash your hands. Okay. As of this minute, no other orders have been cut, but we fully expect that they will be. For now, our plan is the same as described earlier. We will let you know when that changes. Well, thank you, Mr. CEO. Thank you. This is the one that was sent out Friday the 20th at 3 o'clock p.m. Okay? Blah, employees. As of this moment, things haven't changed much since 2 days ago when I updated you on the most recent plan. Our largest customer, Honda, still has an official reopen date of Tuesday, March 31st. It's possible that could change, and if it does, we will react to it immediately. Nearly every automaker has the same or similar schedule. I don't care about the automakers. I don't care. During a recession, people don't buy cars. So you're going to infect your employees from people that have already been infected in our plant that we're not being told about because they're in the hospital, they're in quarantine, they're not at work, they were sick when they left out, and we have never gotten an update on how many were tested, how many were in quarantine, and how many actually got a positive test. We don't know that. In our area, testing has been very limited, and our clinic that we pay for through our insurance could not test us. They could not even give us any kind of where we could go to the hospital and get tested. And they shut down their hours a little bit more. Okay, here is the plan. You ready? Full production on Monday and Tuesday. That's today and tomorrow. No production on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is unpaid days. Limited production to start on Monday the 30th. Why are we producing anything on the 30th if the other manufacturer is not going to open up till the 31st? We have plenty of parts made. We have plenty of parts to ship. I don't get that. I don't know the definition of limited right now, but we will inform you as soon as it becomes more clear. Thank you. On Monday, we will be providing you with a couple of documents. This is what I think is absolutely funny and sad at the same time. Absolutely. Number one, a question and answer sheet that will provide you with some basic information that should be helpful to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It will also describe the method we will use to communicate to you while you are at work, while you aren't at work. Okay. Number two, there is a flurry of laws being changed, aid packages, stimulus packages, and many other things that the government is doing to help all of us through this difficult time. It hasn't been difficult for you yet because we're still producing, we're still going into work, and for I have no idea what reason. This is what burnt my ass. Seriously, this is what burnt my ass. Are you ready? Right now, there is so much information out there, it's difficult to understand. I will supply you with information about the basics that will affect you and your family. I won't have all the answers, but should be able to provide a pretty good idea. Nobody likes uncertainty. It's my goal to keep you educated on what's going on with the business and the effort the government is making to help us. My hope is it will give you a little bit of peace of mind. That is the biggest. I could not believe that this man typed this to the employees. Now, if the other employees did not understand what this said, let me break it down to you. He is more worried about a stimulus package to his company if there is a recession from this crap than he is the employees. And he's telling you that you're not smart enough to understand what's going on because he's not quite sure what's going on yet. If you think that this man is delusional, absolutely. If you think this man thinks that he has to give everyone the information, that is a delusional thought. You're telling me that your employees don't understand the fact that you're staying open. You've had employees leave sick, put in a hospital, quarantined, probably tested positive. We don't know because we're not informed. So we're given the decision, do we take a whole week off unpaid if we're allowed? But he's uncertain. I can tell you this for certainty, that we have sickness in my company. I do believe I got sick from the company at this point in time. I do not feel that what I have is just my basic every year sinus thing. I don't believe it. I believe I'm sick because of work, not because I went to the grocery store, not because I went to the Dollar General, because I am very, very safe. My concern is that there were people that were running fevers, they were coughing, they had already had bouts in the hospital, came back because they weren't tested by the hospital, and I used the forklift that was from that infected person. So, I still have to work today and tomorrow. I'm going to be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know what? I may quit my job over this. I don't know. I am so furious that someone thinks that they are so righteous to think that they're going to educate me on something that I have been researching for a very long time, and so have some of the other employees. Some of the employees will just think, hey, you know, he will take care of us all. No, he's taking care of his business. He don't care about you. I'm just saying. He doesn't care about you. All the workers in the office are working from home. Okay. All of the temporary staff is gone because they don't want to pay anyone. So we're going to work twice as hard to produce, to start. Oh, this is what I'm dealing with. And I have to go to work today. You all have a great day. Stay safe. Leave your comments below what you think. Maybe I misread it. If you work with me, leave a comment, because I'm going to tell you something. What was written in there thinks you're stupid. Just saying. Bye, y'all. Have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Bye.